Hello, and welcome everybody to episode 98 of Chalkcast. The fellas are back in action once again. Look at us. Hey, we made it.
We're back.
And you know what we made?
Look at us.
You know what we made last time, actually, guys? You know what we made?
What do we make?
We made the trending page on Twitter.
It's smooth segue. That's beautiful.
We
Really
made
good.
the trending page on Twitter. That's what we did last time. We had our org roundtable, and honestly, hey, credit to RLCS. It was.
It was credit to Arnold, and then
Yeah, it was Arnold,
Yeah.
but then Greg kind of
Yeah.
got it trending, and then people kind of copy pasted Greg's tweet because maybe they thought it was meme or something. But it did trend at the end of the day.
It did.
We got hashtag We Are Not Fortnite trending. That was us. We did that.
Kind of us. We provided a platform for it to trend. I
Yeah.
think like we gave the Arnolds, the Jeffs, the Brendans, the Ferrers the ability to just speak their mind a little bit. And Arnold, I'd say, with the greatest respect to the other three guests, I think Arnold probably had the most clippable moments. He really spoke from a holistic view, from a general esports sense, bringing his knowledge from, I guess, just being a big dog in the scene. He's come from League of Legends, they got a team in pretty much every esport. And yeah, his We Are Not Fortnite was huge. He basically summarized that. I'm sure you guys have checked out the roundtable episode by now. It's been a month or 3 weeks since we've had our last out. But to summarize, he just said, let's take, don't take the Fortnite model, which didn't work, and translate that into Rocket League. Let's create an own, a separate, unique model just for Rocket League, because it's sitting on we're sitting on a gold mine, I think is what he said. So let's create something new. We're not Fortnite, and We Are Not Fortnite just went off. I think people that were outside of the episode were kind of like, why is everyone saying that? Yeah, obviously Rocket League's not Fortnite. We understand.
Also like, yeah, I'm gonna get in on that anyway. Don't know where this is from, but I'm tweeting it. Why not?
And you know what we did as well in the most in the most Rocket League esports and the most epic games fashion is after we got trending on Twitter, after we had one of our biggest episodes yet, we disappeared for 4 weeks.
Yeah.
just to really top it all off. Because
we went away to is that?
Yeah, there it is.
Initially it was
you guys were
Thanksgiving.
gone.
You had Thanksgiving, and then we were away at FIFAe. So back to back, we had like a couple of different things that we were away for. But FIFAe was not just Rocket League. For me, it was just Rocket League. I was away for 1 week. CJ had more. CJ, what on earth were you getting up to? FIFAe, you multi-game caster.
A little bit of eFootball action, a little bit of, I kept calling it FIFA, and they kept saying, please do not call it FIFA. Do not mention FIFA on the broadcast.
That's so hard, by the way.
I said it's a little bit weird. We're at the FIFAe World Cup, but also FIFA's not really a thing anymore. They're not aligned with, obviously now they're aligned with eFootball, but, it's now EAFC and eFootball, whereas before it was FIFA and PES, Pro Evolution Soccer. Now it's eFootball that's aligned with FIFA. It's messy. I think it was an EA Sports FIFA sort of debacle, and now it's just the EAFC. But yeah, decided to hop over there. They needed a couple of extra talent. Johnny, you can happily say that Johnny could have come over, but he said he's too busy with his own shit.
I did get offered. I had salt mined this. I had to go back. I would have said
would have been awesome.
Because it sounded like a laugh. I was like,
it was really good. It was a really good event. First time doing a different esport. It's just commentating FIFA. I said, how hard is it? I played a lot of Ultimate Team back in the day. I know my Musa Dembele's, and they said he doesn't play anymore. That was 2012. I said, okay, well, I'm in a little bit of trouble. But the talent team was great. It was fun. It's obviously a smaller esport. This was kind of their biggest event they've ever had. Usually it's a lot of in-studio, think of Gfinity kind of vibes. So they were pumped to be like, oh my God, we're in front of a crowd. Stuart, one of the casters, he was like, mate, I'm buzzing. Like, this is the first time the players walk through smoke. Like, as they're coming out in the walkouts.
Liverpool, that's pretty good.
He's like, I'm buzzing, mate. Yeah, he was loving
I'm absolutely buzzing.
Actually, I think he's from Birmingham, so it's not really.
Oh, that one, you did a Liverpool accent, so that was
he
bad.
kind of talks like from Liverpool though. But yeah, no, it was a great event. We did eFootball. So I was away for an extra few days, extra 4 or 5 days, which is why we've had 2 weeks off, nearly 3 weeks now. And also, I know B. Thomas did mention the Patreon. Yes, we are behind in the Patreon episode. Yes, you are solely funding Rizzo's Pokemon addiction right now. We understand that, but we will make it up for you after this.
Can I
we're
share what I unpacked today, though?
Yeah, here we go.
If the Pokemon addiction is being funded, I'd at least like to share what I ripped open today. Take a peek at this bad boy. Wait for the focus.
Waiting.
Look at that. Look at that Charmeleon.
Nice.
Beautiful on the cliffside. I mean, come on. From the 151 set. You're kidding. I think it's a thing of beauty. Any audio listeners super confused? Just imagine a beautiful card right there.
Just imagine a nice little orange dragon sitting on the edge of a cliff, and that's your Charmeleon right there. He's looking nice.
A little chameleon / fire breathing dragon. But I knew that one. I was surprised. I thought you were about to show me some Pokemon. There's so many different generations now that I don't know. I only know like Gen 1 and 2, and then after that it's over my head. But yeah, I know that one. I was like, wait, I've seen this before.
It's a good one. It's a good one.
It is a good one.
But we're back. That's the main thing. We're back. Well, we're not really back because this is the last episode of the year.
Then we're leaving again.
We're back for the final one pre-Christmas, pre-New Year. But we'll catch up on the Patreon. We know that you guys love the content, and also we owe it to you guys to give you weekly eps. So we'll catch up. We'll absolutely catch up. And yeah, we've had a massive month off. I guess you'd say 3 weeks off, Rizzo, and a lot has happened. We've finished up the off season now, I guess, outside of Salt Mine. And yeah, I guess we can go back to FIFAe. We kind of hopped over that. FIFAe World Cup, the big off-season event.
Before we talk about Rocket League World Cup, can I just point out, because you were talking about your eFootball escapade, I did want to ask one thing and a little bit of clarification about something I heard that might make Rocket League fans appreciate the balance in Rocket League a little bit more. So at FIFAe, obviously it's national tournament, and one of the best teams in eFootball is Indonesia.
I know what you're saying.
A lot of the best players, and they're favorites to win in a regular tournament. However, in FIFAe, they had to play the Indonesia team, if I'm not mistaken, who are not the highest rated team in the actual game.
Yes.
So the best players from Indonesia were having to play a team that's way worse than, let's say, the England players who are there. They get to play England, who are a lot higher rated in the game. CJ, can you elaborate on this? What's going on with that?
All right, so there's a balance system they use for, obviously it doesn't make sense for Indonesia to play England on a real football, real rating sort of game. You're not going to have, Jude Bellingham coming up against, I don't know, John from Indonesia, because he's going to be 60 rated and these guys are all going to be 90. So they're all balanced, which it does make it really funny because you've got like your Ronaldos, you've got your Mbappes, and then you've got this random, like you've got Simon, from Taiwan or something, and he's 90 rated as well. So they're all equally sick at the game. They're all between 89 to 91 rated, similar like your FIFA ratings and stuff. So that's a way to balance it, but there is still a few. Now there's a bit of a thing going on that you don't mention it, but Konami, the makers of eFootball, are from Japan. And they have boosted the Japanese national team like you would not believe. You're not allowed to say that there's favoritism, but even though it's balanced, there's still like skill moves. You can have like in FIFA like 5-star skill moves, 5-star weak foot. It's not really like 5 stars, but they've basically given every Japanese player the ability to do absolutely anything in the game. They're ridiculous. Like they've got special moves and all this stuff. So they've just boosted, even though it's level, they've made Japan absolutely goated.
So it's like the skill ratings are level like between 81 and 90, but then they
89 and 90, yeah.
89, 90. Okay, so then but the Japanese,
but there's like traits, like the players have traits, and they've just given all the Japanese players like all the best possible traits. Like they've got everything. So they are the best team, but you're not allowed to mention it because obviously that'd make it look like Konami's being biased, even though they're obviously being biased. Yeah, but there's kind of like a Japan obviously have a great team. Like that kind of thing, but you can't say, clearly they're getting favored.
Wow, Japan they're playing so well. Once again, I mean, what a squadron.
So who ended up winning that? Was it Japan?
Indonesia won the...
Indonesia did win.
won the mobile version, and
Okay.
yes, short-term memory. Who did win the console version? I actually wasn't there on the last day.
You casted it. What do you mean?
Was it Morocco? Might have won. Morocco? Does that ring a bell to
nice.
anyone? Hang
Everyone
on.
in chat, watch it.
It's a God. There's just so many countries. I'm thinking of 4 different tournaments at once.
They did have a mobile tournament and then a regular tournament as well.
Malaysia won. There you go. Malaysia won. Morocco were in the final. But yeah, Malaysia and Indonesia. That's the thing as well. As Johnny shows his beverage of choice. The mobile gaming audience, Rizzo, you probably are aware of this. You're across all of gaming. Mobile gaming is ridiculous in Southeast Asia. The amount of viewers that we had as well you watch on Twitch, and this FIFA eFootball had like 500 viewers, and I'm like, oh my god, this esport is tanked. But on YouTube and TikTok, it was crazy. And if you look at the comments, they're all just spamming like Indonesian flags, Malaysian flags and stuff.
Yeah.
It's millions. We had like 500,000 viewers or something live on YouTube and whatnot. And TikTok.
I know the ridiculous of mobile games, but whole like 500,000 on. It's so weird because you would expect not like actually for the game to be dead, but you wouldn't expect it to do well, especially like 500 viewers on Twitch sort of thing.
Yeah, they all play mobile.
So it's insane to see or to hear that it has 500,000 more than Rocket League.
It's like that. Johnny, what was that random esports World Cup mobile game that we were like, what the hell is this?
Bang Bang.
Bang Legends.
Yeah.
Bang Legends.
Bang Legends, bro.
That game's crazy. That thing's insane.
What a game.
Yeah, it's nuts.
I mean,
absolutely popped.
Just insane.
So
but
yeah,
they've got some numbers over there. It's kind of ridiculous how many viewers are getting. Good job to them. But so you did that, and yeah, did you appreciate Rocket League balance more after that? After you saw the imbalanced?
Yeah, I did. Just before I get to that, I looked at the numbers here. So Rocket League, the final day, right now the VOD on YouTube has 170,000 views. The eFootball VOD has 3.6 million views.
Oh my god! Wait, the mobile game VOD, the mobile game?
That was I think both. It was both on the final day. So console and mobile. Okay. Yeah. So we just got rinsed by eFootball, and I thought the wheel.
You say 140K for Rocket League? What'd you say?
170K versus 3.6 million.
We got 20. We got 20x.
That's YouTube, not Twitch though. So Twitch would have been better.
Twitch.
Twitch would have been about 60. Yeah, about 60K. That's good.
Did they have Twitch viewers? I don't think they had Twitch viewers, did they?
eFootball? No. There was like 2 people watching on Twitch. I think they was watching on TikTok and YouTube. Twitch isn't.
Yeah, and the Rocket League. I mean, the FIFAe Rocket League event did numbers on Twitch. Rocket Baguette had like 100,000 viewers. They were just
so crazy. I love that though.
200K or something.
I love those guys. They're the best. They're fantastic.
They're always they make your day when you see the Rocket Baguette guys. They're just so happy to hang out.
One thing though, they weren't doing the like in France, obviously. When you greet as a couple of French gentlemen friends. They want to greet in the street. It's how many kisses in France? 2 kisses on the cheek. Italy, I think, is it 4, 3?
7.
Spain, I don't know. They've all got their different numbers of kisses. But yeah, didn't see any of that in Saudi. They're being they're very careful. But I don't even know if that's a thing they needed to not do. Because actually, like I've seen
they hold hands and stuff.
Yeah, I mean in Saudi isn't it like families will like brothers will give it, I don't know how many kisses they give each other in 3 days, like 7 or something, 6 or 7. I swear I've seen like dozens. I'm like, okay, I'm losing count. See in the UK, US, Australia, like it's a firm handshake.
Yeah.
Fist bump. So yeah, that was cool. It was so funny, by the way. So one of the Rocket Baguette guys, getting a bit off topic here, but one of the Rocket Baguette guys, Imagination, and also Life is Cool was there. We were playing Top Golf with them, or we're at Top Golf with them in America, Dallas. The World Championship just passed, and a bunch of the Rocket League casters were there. Dazarun is there, and then when they were leaving, I know that they like to do the kiss in the cheek to leave. Goodbye, kiss in the cheek. And I said to them, "Oh, you should go around this group of Rocket League casters and do that, because I don't think they're going to be ready for it. And they started with Dazarin, and when I tell you Dazarin looked like he'd seen a ghost, when he might just lean forward and said like, "Okay, good night, Dazarin," kissed him on the cheek, and got up to leave. Life is Cool came in, did the same thing. And Dazarin was just like,
Did you say to the teammates as well?
Yeah, it was absolutely sunlight. Now T-Base was like, nah, I ain't doing
T-Base
that.
like, what's going on here?
He like ran away.
Oh, it was funny.
So funny. So
yeah, they're absolute legends. But back to your question. Well, firstly, to wrap it up, mobile gaming is ridiculous. I didn't realize, but Bang Bang, I'm all over that as well.
That's the new
mobile
esport.
Bang Bang. Southeast Asia dominate. It's like League of Legends, how we have like 7 million viewers. Then you realize that China had 70 million by themselves. That is mobile gaming. We are nowhere near that. But in terms of the comparison to Rocket League, Johnny, yes, it is nice to go back to a game that isn't just to hit circle to score. Especially on the mobile version. If you're at like a certain spot outside the box, you just hit shoot, and it's like that's the sweet spot. It's just in every time.
It's a goal every time.
It's the mobile version is very arcadey. It's kind of like, yeah, find a good spot, hit circle, shoot, and the guy just spins around on the spot and puts it top corner. But good, it was fun. But yeah, certainly Rocket League still my number one, and it was a pretty good event as well. Johnny, I know we had our high praises on FIFA. Riz, I don't know what it was like watching it, but we said straight after the event on the final day, that was probably the best Rocket League event since Dusseldorf. Since the Dorf, where we had the KC, the craziness, the vitality.
Yeah, the KC vitality.
I just loved it.
I think that environment and like the nations makes it, maybe it's just because it's different, but like, I mean, you could kind of just like feel there was a bit more tension. Like it kind of, it just mattered a little bit more. So I 100% agree. Even when I was watching it, like I even felt like I was more interested in watching it just as a viewer too. So I think that kind of showed as well. Because I felt that. And I think just a lot of people on Twitch watching it, like people in Kev's viewing party or me when I was watching it, like you just kind of tell people really wanted to see like their nation win. It was good. It was good stuff.
It felt, I mean, it just felt significant. I remember, we were talking about that a lot in the play. It just felt special. I was really happy to be there and see it. I wasn't working the final. I was just chilling, which is a nice thing to do when you're casting an event all weekend, to just like to be able to just sit back and actually watch the event for the last match. But yeah, it had that vibe, that same kind of like vibe. You're watching a series like, oh, this is history right here. It's like London season 5, Dusseldorf Vitality versus KC. There's just some like venues and some places in Rocket League history where like, oh yeah, this is you're in this building, you know it's going to be good. Every time you go to London, it's a banger. I bet if we went back to Dusseldorf, it would be another banger. Like there's just like some events that are special, and it was a special event. So congrats to FIFAe on doing that. We'll go into the more detail about like some of the actual matchups, results, teams who we're impressed by. But overall, I was very, very impressed. It was a super cool event, and it was really fun to work.
Yeah, it's just the nations. I think Cole mentioned in the green room at one point. He's like, "This is just so good." Like if England were,
like Cole was hilarious. Like, England losing and Cole.
England losing was hilarious.
Wait, sorry.
Before that, just with the nations, like as Cole said, if England were doing like a tea towel folding competition, you're like, and it's England, you're like, oh my God, come on England. Like, it doesn't matter what it is. As soon as it's your nation being represented, you're like, I'm in. I don't know what this esport is or whatever. So I think that's why it's so good to appeal to like the generic fan base, in terms of trying to get esports a bit more generic, trying to get Rocket League to the mass markets, like having, this is Team England, this is Team Australia, this is Team USA. You're from that country, you're like, I'm in. Like, let's go, boys. I'm now the number one fan. Whereas when it's orgs, even though some are from certain cities, like Kansas City Pioneers or something, or clubs. It was the same with eFootball, like Manchester City. They have all esports teams and stuff, but it's just not the same as when it is nations, which is the same as the actual World Cup. There's definitely a place for this kind of thing with Rocket League, and I think we worked that out. Even if the format might have been a bit crazy, but I think we realized it was pretty good in the end. Yeah, it was really good, but I guess you want to dive into the specifics of England and USA.
Now I have a question, because keep in mind this started at like 4 a.m. my time, and I only got context clues, and I still never looked into it, mainly because of context clues from Johnny's tweets. So please explain to me what happened with England. Because I don't know. I still don't know. I didn't look. I didn't go back and
Really?
look.
Oh, how they lost?
Oh.
Yeah, so how they were eliminated, I
lost?
guess. Because you were like, no way England bottled that. I think you tweeted that.
Well,
and
the
then I saw
funniest
some
part
other
is-
Oh, okay. No, they actually, funnily enough, they didn't. Like,
It
we
didn't
didn't know at
matter.
the time. We thought that they were out because of a game loss to South Africa, but it turned out that they would have lost on a tiebreaker that we didn't know about. So they were out anyway.
So,
I don't
okay,
think
so it
they
wasn't
knew
that
they
that
thought
either.
that
But
they thought they needed to
drew-
win, which makes sense.
They drew with South
Mhm.
Africa. So that was like a
Yeah,
big
so
deal,
South
obviously.
Africa, England dominated. Like going into the match, what we thought was happening was England were in 5th place, and they needed to completely stomp South Africa.
They needed
to
goal
get
difference.
enough goal difference. I think they were like 4th equal with Spain or something. All I know is that they needed to like get a blowout win against South Africa to get their goal difference up because their goal difference was way worse than Spain. And Spain were in a tough match, so it didn't look like they were going to be able to hold on. But England destroyed South Africa in game 1. We're thinking, oh my goodness, it's going to happen.
6-0 or something.
They dominated them, so now they're in as far as we thought. We thought they're just in now, and
They just
Spain are
need to
in
win the
trouble.
next game.
Yeah,
is
they
what
just
we
have to
thought.
literally beat South Africa, and they probably thought that as
How
well. I
hard's
don't
that
know
gonna
what the
be?
England players knew, but they probably went into that thinking, okay, let's just win. We did our part, but they they lost. I mean, we were just like watching this. It's like South Africa 1-0. England tied it. Okay, England are going to win. Wait, South Africa scored again. It's 2-1. There's a minute and 30 left. What is happening? We were like losing our minds in the green room because we thought this is England or
even
this.
Even if it wasn't like, even if it didn't end up mattering, the fact that you were freaking out in the green room makes it that much funnier, though. Like that, it makes it that much more fun to
we
watch
were
too, because you thought it mattered.
losing.
That's
It
all.
was
That's
so
all
much
that
fun.
matters is you thought it mattered.
Everybody thought it mattered because we said it on the broadcast, and everybody
England
online
thought it mattered.
that
Their heart rates were like
England got mattered.
190 and they lost. They wouldn't have lost that game if they realized they were out. They would have just been like, oh, well, and, you know,
Yeah,
they would
they
have
would've
just
been chilling and
dominated.
won.
Would have stomped.
Because South
They
Africa
knew.
only won one game in the group before that, and it was against Australia. They drew them, and then they lost to Australia. The last game of the group, South Africa, England, they're looking for their 2nd game win, and they got it, and they earned it. I mean, they deserved the win for that game. So that was kind of going into the event when we're talking about draws being exciting. We're trying to, persuade a bunch of people that actually draws can be really fun. That was one of the most like fun games to watch, just in general. Like in Rocket League history, that is some of the most fun I've had watching a game. Was England's demise part of that? Yes. Was Cole, being a part of that and me getting to make fun of him later? Absolutely. I'll be the first to admit that. But I mean, it was also just like super tense, and yeah, it was like a really crazy moment to witness. And all the simultaneous games happened at the same time was part of it as well. Like there's so many things happening. Like, oh my goodness, Spain are going to do it. I think they've done enough. They've won a game. Okay, South Africa's still winning. What's going on? And you saw the Spanish players. They were like elated. They couldn't believe it. I think they thought they were out. And they heard that South Africa won a game, and they're like, "What? We're through because of South Africa?" Even they thought that they were through because of South Africa. But yeah, they would have gone through in a tiebreaker anyway. But exciting stuff.
I feel like that just kind of shows what the format can bring to a little bit too, because I don't know.
How good was the
us
format?
three.
Oh
I mean, we
my
were talking about it, like us three. We didn't mind the format. We thought it was. I thought it was okay. I
mind
don't
it.
know if you guys thought it was good. Whatever. I would say it was
I
good.
liked
It was
it. I
alright.
liked it.
I didn't mind it. It's whatever. It's still got the best teams through, which is what I'm pretty sure I mentioned that. It was like, seems like it. You're still gonna get the best teams winning. It's not like a broken format where it's not gonna work out. But it was nice. It was good. It's good stuff from what I saw.
So Johnny, apparently, this is from Rise's dad, said that you had a premonition about this. You must have said on the last
Wait, can you
episode.
clarify that Rise's dad is not actually Rise's dad, by the way?
No,
Hey, sorry, it's not
Rise's
Rise's.
dad is not
It
Rise's
is
dad. It's
funny
not
to
actually
say
Rise's
that
dad.
it is Rise's dad for the people that don't know, though. Now, listen to this. Johnny, apparently
this
you
story, hold
said on a previous episode, not a question, I want to give props to Johnny for having a goddamn premonition. He said in an episode about the format, imagine, I don't know, if SSA versus, say, England, and SSA
No
gets
way.
stomped 5-1. But if they
Good
come
joke.
back and 1-0 England for the draw, Greybeard will be shouting for the rooftops for the draw, and that's what it means for SSA. And then it happened in the last round and eliminated England from the tournament. Johnny, you suggested the fact that they might knock out England with a draw.
Yeah, to be fair, I think if they'd released a match, I don't know if they'd released the fixtures at that point, but I might have just seen the fixtures and looked at who SSA were playing in the last round. So I might not have predicted their matchup, but yeah, I mean that's what I'm talking about. Like that is what it's all about. That's what the draw's about for a nation like SA. getting a win on England and getting a point off them is amazing. You wouldn't get anything in a series. Yeah, they get a game. Who cares? They're probably going to lose the next two. Maybe they get game 5. It's so much harder to actually get anything out of a best of 5 with a skill diff like SSA versus England or SA versus England in this case. But in a best of 2 format, you can get a game. That's exciting. You can split the difference, split the points. And they nearly did it multiple times. They had like a 0-second goal against them to deny that earlier in the tournament. They nearly drew with like other teams as well. And Portugal, Portugal and Turkey Turkey drew with Brazil. Like what? A FIFA YouTuber drew with Brazil. Actual Furia.
That's sick.
So, yeah, I think the format delivered big time. It was I was very hopeful. I was a format defender because I thought it was really cool. It was different. I'm excited to see something fresh, something new. But it surprised even me. Like it was even better than I could have expected.
I think I know England certainly after day 1 were complaining a little bit about the format because it felt like in every one of their games they'd start slow, adapt, game 2 they'd win. But I think that's just it's a part of Rocket League. Like it's a part of the format. Like you've got to be ready from. Like let's reward the teams that are ready from game 1. Like let's reward those
teams. Had to deal with the same format anyway, so it doesn't really seem like if one team. I don't know. Doesn't really matter that much to me.
The thing is, like, what if we're going to take that into consideration? Like, if we're actually going to care about teams struggling in game 1, like, what are we really doing here? That would be like saying, okay, this is favoring teams who are good in game 1. Okay, why is that a bad thing? Why is that a bad thing? Like from a format standpoint, that's just simply not a bad thing. Now, I'm not saying that we should just like make the entire tournament best of 1 and say, hey, be good in game 1, lol. Like, there were enough games. It was double round robin. You play 28 games in the group. If you're not top 4 after 28 games, you don't deserve to be top 4.
And the seeding was still perfect. It wouldn't have mattered if we did this or we played like a quintuple Swiss. Like, you still got your top 4. You still got your kind of your best teams coming in the right order at the end of all this best of 2 nonsense, you could say. So I think it worked really well. I think it was exciting. And it's still these, even though it was 2 games, you came away from some of these series or sets being like, oh my God, it felt like a game 7 overtime. It was insane. The end of these, the SSA one was one of them, but there were so many absolute banger series with long overtime. So with just 2 games, you're like, oh my God, that was just 2 games. Like it was 1-1 or that was 2-0. So I think you still got a lot of value and a lot of story, even though it was only just 2 games per set. So I think it worked really well. Adding to the fact you had nations, you had national anthems, you're standing in front of, representing your flag. You had the badge that everyone was, holding. Like, this is my country, this is my nation.
Hold on. Yeah, that was great. Fantastic. How about the booing at the end of the French national anthem?
Oh,
the fans booing the French national anthem. No.
You know what actually happened? It was in the was that the grand final, right?
I think it was the grand final. Yeah, it was the grand final.
Yeah. So what happened is they the French anthem came on, and then I think like some people in the crowd started booing. They muted the crowd audio very smartly
quickly.
They wanted to broadcast booing, but those people got pretty quickly shut up by the people around them. Like, no, don't boo the anthem. So they stopped booing. But then obviously, like what gets heard in the broadcast is just like a brief boo.
The initial boos and then the mute, basically.
And then everybody thinks, wow, they booed the whole anthem, but they didn't. There was a couple of bad eggs in the audience who booed the anthem. And everybody around them told them to shut up. And there were some definitely bad eggs in there.
There were definitely bad eggs.
It's really dumb.
At the event, even afterwards, which was disappointing to see. Like, I feel like after the match is over,
even the second place medal, they're like rewarding them, and it was like, in France with your second place medal, they're from boo.
Yeah, there were some people I was like, what are these people doing here? But most of the people were very respectful, and most of the time we've seen, I mean, a lot of these fans are probably the same people, or there must be some of the same people who watched BDS win at the Esports World Cup. And at that event, like actually all the fans were like heavy anti-BDS during the series. And then after the series, they all stayed and they were like clapping BDS and, saying good job, well done, after they just eliminated the hometown favorites. But yeah, the overall, like the fans were pretty sound. There was some bad eggs though that we were pretty disappointed by.
Yeah, I think Kashmir nailed it though. The fact that there's more good eggs than bad is what sets Rocket League apart from the other esports. Beautiful.
There was way more good eggs, trust me. Like the
I mean,
booing
stuff
of
like
the
that will
national
always
anthem,
happen. But I mean, hearing that on the
it-
broadcast, I was like, oh my god! Like, don't
Yeah,
boo
it's
the
just like,
national
what are you doing?
anthem, man.
Yeah, no,
Come
it's the worst.
on.
Yeah. It was, yeah, I think that's what's good about Rocket League, though. It was quickly like people saying, mate, what are you doing?
Yeah,
Like,
come on,
that's
that's
not
not
on.
what
Like,
you
come
did.
on.
Oh, I mean,
Grow
how
up.
about skill brings us up? How about the concert before the grand final? Oh my god, pure cinema,
Oh,
cinema.
man.
I mean,
Cinema.
come on.
Hang on.
At
Now,
first-
we've been
at first-
waiting.
Wait, when I was watching it, first 2 minutes, I'm like, what the hell is going on? But it just kept going and going, and at some point, I'm like, fuck yeah, I'm like, this is awesome.
That's
This is
what I'm
insane.
saying. It was sick. We've been waiting to bridge the gap to be a tier 1 esport. We've been waiting to compete with the likes of League of Legends, having Linkin Park, having the, Lil Nas, these kind of guys. And we have found our man in Salvatore. This man is an absolute superstar. That was
Oh my
the
God.
best. Tell me you haven't seen a better. This was like Olympics opening ceremony stuff. This was Super Bowl halftime
Super Bowl halftime
show.
show, yep.
This was the best pre-game entertainment I've ever seen. And now tell me, anyone watching, I couldn't look away. I could not look away from the
I
screen.
could not
anyone look away?
either.
Could anyone really look away?
And
when he
me,
sat down
and
at Zen's
I'm
setup,
watching food videos 90% of the watch party, and I did
couldn't
not
look away.
click off.
and when he sat down at Zen's setup and he stared at a free play, a paused free play screen
free play,
with his
bro.
sunnies on and didn't move, I said, I don't think we can top this.
Do you think he
Cinema.
was about to play and they told him in his ear, don't touch this setup? Because I know they were very particular
I was
about who
yelling
they
that.
let on stage.
When he sat down, I was like, do not touch his controller.
Because
Please, no.
it looked like he was about to. Like, he did
Yeah.
a whole, like, he was like, it really, like, rolled up his sleeves. It looked like he was about to, and he sat forward, then he sat back again. I thought, like, to myself, I think they just told him in his ear, do not touch the setup. We didn't, approve that. Because the light was there. They obviously knew he was going to go up there, but I don't think they expected him to play the game or touch the setup. And the organizers were very particular about not letting, random people on stage. They were doing a pretty good job of, not letting people interfere with competitive integrity. So I was glad that he didn't touch the setup. Still,
Yeah,
though,
I think it still affected Zen, though.
Curse the chairs.
It's-
Zen had a couple of whiffs in the grand final. I was like, that's
Yeah.
unusual.
It was a bit rare, but look, they still had the breakdancing. I know the ray gun was on a flight over, but that got delayed, unfortunately. So that could have even elevated it further. But
if
the
Ray Gun
dances
came
were
out, the whole
crazy.
building would have collapsed. It would have been
the-
ridiculous.
It's just the song choices, that it was a rave in there. Like, people were loving it. You could see that it was just the perfect format. It was the perfect setting to have absolute bangers getting
Yeah.
played as everyone's sitting down. I mean, it was
Sitting down,
The people in the
sober.
people in the jumpsuits doing backflips and stuff. I was like, where did these guys come from? Then there was instruments, and I was like, oh my god, an orchestra? Nope, just pretending to play it. I was like, what the hell is happening? But I don't know. But I'm so in.
funniest part is as
awesome.
well. He didn't even rehearse. Apparently, his manager just rocked up to the rehearsal, so he didn't even show up. That was his first take. Just let's get going and let's do this.
Let's get paid and let's get out type of thing.
we were chatting to the DJ. I actually haven't told you this, Johnny. We were chatting to the DJ, myself and Cole,
Yeah,
later
I
on,
didn't know that.
and he said, yeah, he's massive, he's famous, but he kind of just. The DJ said if that was me, I would have, made sure it was a really good event. But he kind of rocked up, collect the bag. He didn't rehearse. His manager rocked up to the rehearsal, so he had no idea what was going on. He probably didn't rehearse, sitting down at Zen's setup and trying to play some Rocket League. So that's why it was even more entertaining, I'd say, because I don't think he knew where he was meant to go, where he was meant to be, and I think he lost comms on his earpiece. Halfway through as well, so he just had no idea what was
There was
going
a
on.
moment where he went up to the DJ and he was like, "I can't hear." Like it played on stream. He's like, "I don't know, I can't." Like he was saying so, and then they would mute it, and then like come back to it.
Also,
or
like
something.
he was the DJ, and I don't think I saw him DJing. He was just.
Oh,
walking
did you
around.
see his deck? That was crazy that they made.
Yeah,
for
I
it.
saw that. Did that get posted? I don't think that got posted anywhere. It was like.
Did I take a photo?
Do you
of
have it? I
think I
don't have a photo of it. Do you have a photo? You gonna
think
leak
so.
this?
They
I
made
mean,
a fake
everybody knows
DJ
he
deck
wasn't-
out of cardboard.
It's not like he was actually. Everybody knows he's not DJing. He's walking around the venue, like just I don't know, dancing, partying, while the songs are playing, his songs. So obviously he's not DJing. But yeah, I'm pretty sure that the entire set, like
don't
DJ
think I
deck, was
got it.
fake.
Yeah, it was a fake. Like someone had, just like done
They
circles
drew
for
on
the
cardboard,
decks.
and he was just up
It was
there.
just a
like-
cardboard box DJ
It's
deck.
a cardboard-
Wait,
it's literally a
actually?
cardboard box.
Yeah, he was
Yeah,
pretending.
it was.
It was
Yeah,
insane.
up there. So yeah, you didn't do it. You didn't DJ anything. They just pressed play on the playlist, and they're like, "That's I don't know how much you get paid. You probably get paid a lot for them to press play on the playlist there and walk about the place. It seems pretty good. Good deal. We're in the wrong business.
Not bad.
What's a legend? What a legend. Anyway, that really hyped that elevated the event to, you know, all-time sort of status. And Falcons grand final. Well, Saudi Arabia grand final. To get
Wow.
the monkey off the back to finally get the win in the grand final was
What a match
massive.
as well. What a match.
It was
Incredible.
It was was it game 2? That was
Game
insane.
2, super long overtime.
That was insane.
Yeah, I think that might be the best overtime I've seen, because there's been more like meaningful overtimes and like, you know, higher stakes in game 2 overtimes, like you're talking season 5, but that beats out the Rule 1 Vitality overtime for me, because it was so back and forth. Like, it was end to end. I felt like this team's going to score. Oh, I think it's France have scored. No, Saudi have scored. No, France have scored. I've not seen an overtime like that. Usually you think Vitality Rule 1 Boston, it was just kind of one-sided. There's a few chances for Rule 1, but it's mostly Rule 1 in defense. So that was the most back and forth like I've seen in OT.
And that decided it.
Forever.
Like that broke France, that OT. Because after that, it was.
They did go OT again, game 3.
Oh yeah.
But when they won 2 overtimes, it was over. France had nothing.
Yeah.
They were just a broken team, which is
Dig
insane.
Vitality
I never
season
thought
8
that.
was still really good. Yeah, that was.
Yeah, Dig Vitality season 8 is obviously a really good one for sure.
That's when everyone just started clapping during the game, like, this is a really good overtime. Like, this is just credit to both teams. That was pretty much like the same thing in this game too as well. We were sitting there, you know, you're 6 minutes in, you're like, this is ridiculous. Like, how is no one scored yet? There are saves that were coming out. It was ridiculous. And yeah, Falcons, I keep saying Falcons, is so easy to say. Saudi Arabia popped off. Khalil's had finally, but grand final performance that we've been waiting to see. He's kind of always been a bit shaky in grand finals. That's kind of been the question mark on him previously. And he just turned Zen into his, like, he just said, come here. He said, come here. When Andrew will bump you 16 times in a row, do something about it. It was crazy. Khalil's popped off. Killers.
Genuinely, he was ridiculous. The grand final performance from the Saudi boys, the Falcons guys, it looked like after game 1 that it was just going to be another grand final disappointment, because France is so good. I mean, that Monkey Moon Vatira Zen team, they look like they've been playing together for months minimum, but they were actually only playing together for a couple weeks. Like, they did a lot of promotional stuff, shooting, but I don't think they played a lot, because they're obviously still playing with their actual teams. So yeah, they were fantastic, like as a trio. Monkey and Zen, obviously, they're on a team together now, but they've not been on a team for a super long time. I was very impressed. Very, very high level stuff. And yes, I do think it will help the Falcons guys in RLCS as well. They've got that one in the bag.
They can breathe. There's less pressure on them now. And obviously they've had the home ground advantage for 3 lands now. Or nearly 4, but grand final wise, 3rd time lucky. And yeah, they look really good. And man, I tell you what, the tweets popped off as well. You see, TRK tweeted he's like holding the trophy. That thing got like 10K likes in a minute. It's like the Saudi fans were out. Yeah,
it was obviously really good to see them win one on home soil. I think that now, see, the thing is, like, as soon as you've won one, people don't care if you finish second for the rest of your career, because there's so many players who have done that. Like Rise, he came second in Los Angeles, and then he won London. Since then, I feel like he's finished second. Like,
second at Worlds with BDS.
Second at Rotterdam, second at Worlds, second at Boston. Rise has 4 second places and a first, which is the same as all of the Twins and TRK combined. TRK Twins now have 1 win, a big event. I would put this event on like minimum on par with a major, maybe even a little bit higher, honestly, after seeing how it compared. But they have 3 second places each. I think the Twins and TRK all finished second 3 times each, because they finished second once each on different rosters, and then twice together. So yeah, Rise actually has more second places than they do. Nobody talks about it. Nobody cares. If you've got 1 win, you're good. So they can relax now. I don't think people are going to talk about the second place curse again.
Yep. But a great event. I think it was, probably on par with them. I don't know. It's hard to say if it's on par or above a major, but it was certainly I just loved like the heart rate monitors. There were so many additional things. I thought the production was great. The stage, just the whole setup,
heart
having
rate
8
monitors were
teams at
class.
once. The heart rate monitors was
we
so
need heart
good.
rate monitors, bro. Heart rate
We
monitors are
harped
great.
on that so much. Like Archie had 160 day one, and we just stuck with that narrative for the rest of it. Like, Archie, you seem cool, calm, and collected,
Yeah.
but kind of seems like you're shitting yourself out there, mate. 160 BPM. And
Archie definitely, he didn't like the fact that his heart rate was very high. I feel like he's probably working on that in the off season now. He's probably like trying to lower his heart
Breathing
rate
exercises.
because I think like seeing his heart rate be one of the highest, he probably took that very personally. He's like, wait, am I not cold? I thought I was cold. I thought I was like chilling out there, but apparently I'm freaking out. No, I really like the heart rate thing. It doesn't matter too much if you're like really high all the time, really low all the time. It's the inconsistencies that are interesting. Monkey Moon in the early tournaments was like 75, 80. I think quarterfinal he was like 80, chilling.
crazy.
Grand final 170, more than double.
Yeah, just shot up.
That shows like he was really like adrenaline pumping, locked in, heart rate peaking. Which if he starts like flopping all over the pitch, which he didn't really do, he was playing quite well. He also looked really chill. If you look at his camera, he's just like just relaxing. 170 heart rate, by the way. It's just like actually working really, really intensely at the gym, working out really intensely at the gym kind of heart rate, and he's just like vibing on the pitch. But it was a great addition. I'd love to see that in RLCS.
W. You like the Rizzo? You like watching it?
I thought FIFAe was fantastic. I thought the nations were great. Yeah, also Johnny said like he'd put that maybe just above the major. I'd probably, I don't know. For my enjoyment, I'd put it above a major for sure.
For enjoyment.
For my enjoyment.
Just because it was different.
Yeah. Even like rating it, I'd put it probably like at a major. If you're like actually rating the teams and the win and all that stuff. It's right up there.
Yeah. I think it's like a major minimum.
The thing is, it's a very legit tournament. It's a very legit win. Like that win meant a lot. And honestly, I mean, that win means more than like winning a regional. Like that's for sure.
Mm.
And there's not many other lands to compare it to nowadays. So it's like you have the FIFAe, EWC, a major, or Worlds. And I'd probably put it above EWC.
Yeah.
So
even though like they beat, you could say, oh, they beat like, it's an established team versus pickup teams. It felt like, they took down the Rocket League Avengers. Like you had Fatira Zen on the other side. Like, I know you can say, oh, but it's not the actual team, whereas it wasn't all of Vitality, KC, whatever. But that was the way that they were playing leading into that. Like they barely dropped a game out of the groups. They were looking disgusting. And it was, even the other teams, like having Morocco were gross as well. Just the lineups, even though you can say, oh, they were just pick up teams because it was national teams. They were still ridiculous to watch.
If they won, everybody would say it's not fair because Falcons have the pressure. They're the full roster. Like by the France team, they have no pressure because they've never played together. Their honeymoon period, like you can't. I don't think it's something worth discussing because beyond like making a prediction, I think when you're talking predictions, it's a good talking point. This team's got synergy from playing together. But when you're looking at analyzing an actual win after the fact, trying to hindsight say, well, of course they won. They have the synergy from playing together. Is like I think really dumb because if they lost, if Falcons lost, everybody would say, well, Vitality were in the honeymoon period. So you can't have it both ways. It's like the whole like lower bracket run momentum versus exhaustion. The debate is pointless. You're just trying to
realistically, I feel like
people are trying to take away from the win.
If you're measuring the results, like all you really care about is like semifinals and onwards, or like making it out of a group. And I don't know if realistically, can you even make an argument that like, maybe you can, but it's not. I feel like it's not that great of an argument that like, oh, the 9 through 16 teams at a major are so much better than the 9 through 16 teams at like FIFAe. At the end of the day, I don't even think that matters that much because all that matters is basically the finals, but also the semifinals and onwards matter a little bit too.
Yeah.
So like, who cares who got ninth place? Like that nobody even cares about that anyway. So if there's weaker teams or better teams getting ninth place, that's not what people are talking about regardless. So.
Yeah, when you got to the top 4, it was like the exact same quality as a major or world.
Exactly,
it's premier tournament by the time you reach top 4, which is what people care about. And some of the teams in losing in the quarterfinals were really legit as well. Like the Chile team, maybe unsure about their level because they kind of got destroyed. But Falcons are really good, so maybe they're actually maybe Chile are better than we think because Falcons destroyed everybody.
I mean,
Saudi destroyed everybody.
you say no one cares about ninth place, Rizzo, but there are a couple of teams that did get ninth place, and that's England. That's Team Freedom as well. Let's talk about Team Freedom real quick.
Yeah,
The
good point.
Team USA, the United States of America. Now, I'd say England and USA outside of France probably going in were the most talked about. I'd say USA was probably the most talked about in the end. I know England was highly publicised because do you pick your Apjacks? Do you pick your Risers? Do you pick, how do you pick the team? But USA had the shit show of we're gonna send the gods, the Avengers 2.0, the American Avengers. We're gonna send over. Actually, no, we're not. They don't want to go. We're going to send now GarrettG Mobile One Racing, and that was probably more. I don't know. England, like South Africa, was exciting that game too, but the Chile USA match was crazy to watch. The finish as well.
The final one for USA.
That was actually winning.
Crazy. Davitruk's save in the grand final was unreal. One of the best saves I've seen. I don't know how he saved that to keep them in the game. So well played to him there. But no, it was like, first of all, on the USA teams, we have to talk about the USA team. Nothing but respect to GarrettG for their performance because they actually accepted the call on short notice and went, unlike other teams. So how is anybody complaining about them when they accepted the call? They got the call from their nation to go and represent USA at the FIFAe World Cup featuring Rocket League, and they accepted. So well done. They immediately, you can't fault them for not being like other players.
Yeah, and they probably met expectations. Like, they win or lose that series.
Yeah,
they're not top four. They're not
getting.
Yeah,
they're an 8-9 team, and Chile were better than we thought. So like coming in, I thought USA were going to beat Chile. Chile were better than we thought. They were like actually on a par with USA. They were very close. Those two teams were evenly matched, and didn't they draw? No, they drew the first time around, I'm pretty sure. So yeah, Chile were really good. They
looked disgusting. Pan and Davitrux were so
Raisebill's in great form right now, and Pan and Davitrux were like unbelievable. Pan and Davitrux, like when we were talking about the players who have gone up in my estimation from this event, and I talked about this in the actual event itself. If I was to make a team of players who are now most improved in my head after seeing them on land here, it's Pan, Davitrux, and Compact. Like 2/3 of the most improved are from Chile. So Chile played really well, and USA couldn't get the dub on them. It was a super close series, though. They could have made top 8, and that would have been absolutely where we thought they would land. Just top 8 losing to Saudi. So they were pretty much exactly like CJ said, exactly where we thought they would be. How is anybody mad about that? That's where we thought they were going to lose at the end of the day.
Yep, they gave their all as well, and they had one of the most entertaining last sets of the day. I mean, the format just was creating cinema. I don't know if it was like the seeding or whatever, but it was fantastic. Team USA. Who knows how the original squad would have gone, but I think the guys that went, you could see that it mattered to them. You could see with the heart rate. Again, I love seeing the heart rate monitors at the end. These guys were crazy. Thought the Bear played really well, particularly in the overtime. Great to see the Bear play. Seeing the Bear play the ball was just, I was crying, by the end of it. It was music to my ears, but I thought MB played well. And I think it just highlighted how much it means to the players representing your nation as well. You heard from Reddle's mum and dad who were there, Cheese's mum. It was pretty special for them. So couldn't get the job done, but overall a pretty good event. And I would love to see the FIFAe World Cup.
Bring it back
again. Bring it back.
Bring it back. I want to see it next year. Come on.
Back.
Speaking of,
we really do.
Speaking of Captain America, though,
no!
New Captain America. Oh!
Why? Why would you bring it up?
Oh
my
guys.
God, sorry. I had a moment. Captain America, what happened to him? Tell me, what happened to him, CJ?
He's I didn't want to say it.
No.
Retired.
No, Captain America. You talking about the GarrettG?
Yeah.
Guys, don't be sad.
He
That
still
is
got it.
over.
He got second in the Rebels, Johnny. He still got it.
Be glad that it happened. Don't be sad it's over. As retired players yourselves, you should be welcoming him
But
with
it's
open
different when he
arms.
does it.
He's way
get it.
better than us.
You don't get
Why
it.
can't you retire as well? Why can't you
Because he
retire?
whooped our
Why
ass the
does he
whole
have to keep
time.
going?
He whooped our ass his whole pro career.
I never beat him. He beat you. Might have beaten him, but I
And now he
didn't.
retires just like that.
But he hasn't, because he's still playing with Squishy and AJ, which is.
He actually is still playing. They're all
see,
still
we
playing.
get content runs.
They're
We're
all
good.
still playing.
Which one? Oh, okay, he's all good. He's still playing. He's still playing.
So
He's actually got a pretty good team as well. They
Squishy retires, AJ retires, Garrett
can
retires.
probably make top 8.
And then
That's
they
top 8 team.
decide to team up. And yeah, that's top 8 NA. So I don't see actually what the difference is.
You could probably make a major,
I
actually.
think they're going to definitely they're going to be a real threat to make main events, and they have no pressure on them. They're chilling, so they're all like shareholders in various orgs. AJ's running. AJ's like making money in his sleep right now. Have you guys seen AJ's
Oh my god.
days.
AJ's running
making
ASMR
so much
max
money in his
ad
sleep.
streams. It's OP.
Is he doing it right now? Or is he actually live?
He might be. He's
might be.
probably
Oh
doing
my
the
goodness.
ASMR max ad stream right now. So if you haven't seen these, you've got to check it out. He's got like a fake controller like sound playing. It's like got all the controller inputs quietly in a microphone, and then it's pro player replays that rotate every 5 minute 30, regardless of the scoreline. So it could be like really intense overtime. Nah, just go to next replay anyway. It's all good. Don't worry about
Automatically switches.
Yeah, he's capitalizing on the bag, but now the captain's gone. AJ, well, we knew I think we mentioned it before. I think AJ was pretty early retirement. We must have mentioned it last episode. Well, actually, we probably didn't because we had the round table.
It was right after he got the Botox. He was like, "Yep, prolonging my career, Botox. Never mind, I'm retired." I don't know about that one, but hey, still excited to hear how the Botox is going for his hands, his sweaty hands in his post-retirement career. Because these guys are still playing. AJ, Garrett, they both played in ATR yesterday.
Yeah.
They both Garrett played in ATR.
They're still signing up. I think so that's like the weird thing to a lot of people, where like a player retires and they still just sign. Like, what's the point of retiring if you just play with Squishy and AJ?
I feel like
anyway?
retiring means you don't want to play for an org anymore, and you just kind of.
Well, I don't think they mind if they get an org. It's just that like it's basically just like we're not trying. Like, don't expect anything sort of thing. We're not scrimming. We're not trying. I'm not grinding this game a lot more throughout the week. Like,
and they could make a major.
Ranked is limited. I'm focusing on streaming. I think. Yeah, all three of those guys are just focusing on streaming and content anyway. So that's realistically like just a less stressful gig. Honestly, the way Rocket League Esports is going, probably more money. Probably more money in content anyway, no matter what their viewership is, because not even guarantee those guys will get an org. I know First Killer's team is still looking for an org. He tweeted that out yesterday, 2 days ago or something like that.
I mean,
so, that's like C2 NA. That's top 2 NA looking for an org, which is insane. Right, so
yeah,
it's just
not trying to derail this, but yeah, could somebody sign First Killers org and Chronic and LJ?
Please.
You know, I think somebody should sign them. Not because I'm feeling bad about anything in particular. I don't feel guilty at all about anything. Just I think somebody should sign them. They're a really good team.
I heard
it
org was going to sign them, Johnny, if they won the grand.
Nah, I'm pretty sure that's
final.
Not true. Nah, I'm pretty sure that's made up. Somebody made that up.
I think if they just had no, influence from the admin or spectators in a lobby yesterday, they might have taken out the grand final and won the semi-final. So it's all good though. Hopefully they find an org now. But I'm sure they're pretty in the bin based on what you did to them. You good? Question mark.
Yeah, so if you didn't see the clip, I thought I was casting First Killer and Chronic trying to reverse sweep complexity. And First Killer lagged out mid-game, so I paused it. I said, "Are you guys okay?" Yeah, okay, they're good. First Killer wrote in the chat that it's fine now. What was lagging or something? And then I was looking at my chat or whatever. I was like, "Okay, unpause. We go again. We keep going." But yeah, I did.
Short-term memory
my brain
loss.
didn't register that he'd typed that. So then they conceded. And it was one of those plays where he's like, just getting bumped in defense. And it looked like, a bit weird. And then I pressed tab to check if he was lagging because he'd lagged out earlier in the game. And I saw the text chat saying I was lagging. And then I thought,
so the one from 3 minutes ago.
He's saying he was lagging. Yeah, it was him saying it 3 minutes ago. My brain was like, he's saying he was lagging and that's why they conceded. I was like, right, okay, I can't roll the goal back. We're going to need to play on. you know, it's not
Do
a
I need to
situation where you
pause?
can undo the goal. But I was like, okay, do I need to pause? So I typed in chat, "You good?" question mark as the kickoff's about to happen. I probably should have done it sooner, but right as the kickoff's about to happen, countdown. I said, "Are you good?" And then the countdown happens. They didn't say anything. I was like, okay, they must be okay. I guess they're fine. Oh well, unlucky that they lagged out on the goal, but we continue. Then somebody in my chat pointed out timestamp. I look at the timestamp. Oh, he said that 3 minutes ago. I'm just straight up toxic. They just got scored on, and then I just go, "You good?" So from their POV, I'm just insanely toxic. And now they've got 10 seconds left in the game. I was like, okay, surely they hold here. Surely they just win and there's no drama. No, they concede again, overtime, and they lose the overtime. So yeah, I feel pretty bad about that one. But I apologize to First Killer. He said it's all right. It's pretty funny. We regain. Yeah, I'm just gonna not.
We regained.
I'm just gonna unbind my typing keybind. I'm just gonna get T off of there. I don't need that anymore. So what am I doing? So yeah, my bad. On me. I'll
An
take full
all-time
responsibility
blunder.
there.
An all-time blunder. But yeah, someone please sign them. So, you know, maybe they're not playing
that
in our
doesn't happen
tournaments
again.
anymore and that doesn't happen again. The other one we haven't mentioned, I guess, is RC Baby. Arsenal also going the content run.
Isn't that so?
We
No,
lose
isn't that so
another.
insane though? Like, I mean, just
Yeah, he's
for a
still-
second here. No, not
I
even
didn't
just
see that one
Arsenal.
coming.
Not even just Arsenal in general, but just the fact that like wait, how long ago did Squishy retire? It was at the end of this season, right? Or when was that?
You retired.
First split.
You retired
Muffin
first
Man.
split. You retired last time.
Same
year.
thing. Same thing. So like, isn't that just insane though? Like how many players are just like leave it? Like as soon as like there's no org interest, so the players aren't getting consistent salary, and they're not like. I mean, it makes sense, right? All the players are like, oh, this ain't worth it anymore. Might as well go content. But like,
Yeah.
it's just so quick how that whole thing snowballs. Like all the old players instantly are like, I'm out. Like this isn't worth it anymore. I'm done. And
Yeah.
I mean, this is kind of like, I guess like a new. I mean, those guys are still playing, so it's kind of weird to say, but like a new era for NA. You know what I mean? Like,
It is.
at
yeah.
least there's a chance.
It's partly that. Yeah, sorry, go on.
No, I was just saying there's a chance. That's it. That was the end of the statement.
Yeah, I think like it's partly because there's less org interest in Rocket League, so pros like on the way out can't just keep, milking a salary for the last like 2 years of their career when they realistically are not going to win anything. But they not that I put Arsenal in that category, by the way. I think he could genuinely, still be in a top team. But there's less org interest. But there's also like a lot of upcomers in NA right now. Like NA's new gen of players is actually really good. So I think that's also making players consider retirement a little bit more. You've got the full SSG teams looking really good. Complexities back in NA. You've got Kofers looking really good. Talks looking really good. The Talk team with Evo and Com just played really well. Iris is looking nasty. There's a lot of players. I've probably forgotten to mention some there on the come up right now in NA. That the old dogs are probably thinking, yeah, it might be about time. I've got to like hang up the sticks because this is just ridiculous. Like to try and keep all of them at bay is going to be a lot of work. And they're thinking, I don't know, that might not be worth it to me anymore. Time to do something new.
It's good to see the, a lot of them hitting the ground running, though. We mentioned Chaussette last time. The Sock, he's doing a 24-hour subathon live stream thing going on at the moment. So,
is he doing it now? What's he doing?
He's live right now. Marathon, 1,000 games plus, 24.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
He's
He's doing
sleeping,
1,000
gaming,
games in
sleeping
a
again.
row. I mean, how many games can you even play in 12 hours? Like, what's the? What would it even
7
be?
minutes a
Like
game?
70?
Yes.
70 games in 12 hours, maybe? Like, I mean, how
1,000
this guy's
plus
streaming
games.
for
So he's playing
a lot of
different
days.
games. Like
1,000
different,
ranked games.
1,000 ranked games. I mean, right now he's playing Get to Work, so he's not playing ranked. It might be
Oh.
like different games, not Rocket League, which sounds pretty fun to be honest.
Yeah, maybe he is. Oh, he's actually cooking right now. Yeah, shout out to him, Chaussette45. Check him out on Twitch. We've had a few retirees, as you do every off-season, but this one's been a big one, particularly for North America, with a few big dogs. We've lost Captain America. The question was, who's going to be the new captain? Reddles was taking that mantle for the FIFAe World Cup. But maybe we'll never have another, Captain America. The captain will always be, like the old man, like a, Professor Xavier type operator. That's Captain America. Sitting back watching all the young up and comers like Space Station Gaming. There's still a future for NA. but
Yeah,
exciting.
what do you guys think about Space Station very quickly? Where do you think they're going to land? Like,
I think they're going to make the major.
I think they're top 4.
You think they're going to make major? Top 4?
Yeah.
I think they're a top 4
I think
team.
so as well. I've been saying that SSG make it. I think they're going to be top 4 NA. But I don't know. With complexity coming back in, it becomes a little bit more difficult because Diaz is. I mean, Diaz is just ridiculous right now. What is going on? This guy is he's unstoppable. He's winning everything. So the complexity rosters are probably my other top 4. Who have you guys got right now? Is it those guys?
Complexity look ridiculous. I think they get in.
I think Gen G will make one major, and then Space Station will make one, and the rest of those other 3, which would be
Gen G with
First Killers team
with a current roster.
With who else is there?
Shopify Rebellion over Gen G for me. Not biased. They might sneak in.
That's actually a good call.
I think the 4th spot's up for grabs.
Shopify had a rough
Space
start,
Station.
right? Last time they had a rough start, and then just didn't. I mean, they did better, but it didn't help that they had the bad start. Yeah, maybe
JNAP's
Shopify.
team, Chicago's team.
Who's Chicago's team? I don't even know who JNAP's is. Oh, JNAP's is with Eris and Aqua, though. I really like that team, actually.
Hoxer, Kofa. Dig roster.
Who's on Dig? There's so much. I don't know. I feel like I should know this because I don't know. You know what's crazy is the season starts in about
that's what I was about to say.
2.5 weeks.
2 weeks.
A couple of weeks.
Yeah. Which is weird. That's why we're saying the off season's over. You know, you're gonna have Christmas, New Year's, if you celebrate, of course, Christmas, New Year's, and then new season, just like that.
It's. I think they're talking about the new Appjack Joria's roster. Joria's and Appjack and Stizzy have been linked to Dig.
Surely they're EU.
I mean, I'd think so. I think that they must. I mean, I'd want that org to be an EU. I'd want that team to be an EU. It's a full EU team. I think they could do well in EU. I think they could contend for majors in EU. I don't think they need to go to NA. Plus, there's already like it doesn't look like super easy. It doesn't look super open. Like there's a couple seasons before where it looked like you go to NA as like a all-star team from EU, you're probably going to just steal a spot from like the 4th or 5th place team who aren't that strong. Whereas the top 2 might be really strong. The other ones don't look that strong. But right now, I mean, looking at NA with the former G2 roster, the former Gen G roster, First Killer and Chronic, and now LJ, and then you've also got SSG Complexity. That's not easy to beat. That's not just like, oh yeah, let's go take those guys' spot. And a bunch of other like teams below who are also pretty solid. Like the new gen in NA is actually really impressive. So I don't think it's easy pickings, especially with just 4 teams. Not significantly easier than EU. It's probably marginally easier, but not a lot.
Yep.
I'm interested to see Joris and Jack back together again. It's funny because it's like we did a bonus episode a while back where we're doing a relationship advice bonus episode. We looked at relationship advice Reddit, and we pretty much just found out that CJ thinks he can fix every toxic ex. Like we were like doing,
I could fix them.
He was just like, oh no, wait, it wasn't relationship advice. It was like the red flags tier list.
Yeah.
Red flags.
We did a relationship red flags tier list episode on Patreon, and CJ thinks he can fix. He doesn't think anything's a red flag. He's like, yeah, this is fine. Yeah, I can fix that.
Axe murderer, I can fix him. I can fix him as well.
So
I can tell
probably like, were you in Jack and Jory's DMs like, yeah, it's fine. You can get back with your like.
I'm a forgiving
toxic
person,
ex-teammate,
guys. You're all good. You're all good. You popped off that one time. We're looking back to Sweden, Swiss stage. My goodness, let's just bring that back. Where's Scrub Killer? Let's get him in. Let's get the whole 9. But yeah, no, that'll be exciting. There'll be again. It's just weird that it starts in 2 weeks. Like I'm ready. Like it's Christmas. New Year's.
Yeah, it's time for the off season to start.
RLCS.
I'm sure you guys are like, it's time to relax a little bit, and then boom, season's gonna start in 2.5 weeks. When does it start? January what?
3rd, 2nd.
I think it's 3rd.
Oh, we don't start till the week after. The open qual is the 3rd. Yeah, 3rd of January.
Yeah. Okay.
Teams cannot have a New Year's. Like you got to be screaming.
15 days. Yeah.
Yep.
I just got to Wikipedia, and I do like that the major is listed at the top. It's not called Major 1, it's called the Birmingham Major. I hope that's the branding for this year. It's like RLCS 25, Birmingham Major, like Open 1. That sounds way cooler than Major 1, Open 1. Like now we've got again.
Yeah, it does sound better.
Although I'm not too gassed about going to Birmingham, I'm not going to lie. It's like one of the deadest cities I've been to in the UK, so would have preferred to go to another European city, but it is what it is. Hopefully they got a good deal there. It's not a bad place. I would recommend going to the event if you've not been to one before. I'd recommend going if you have been. It's going to be a good event, but yeah, Birmingham's.
Just as a
Birmingham's
quick
the city's
thing, as
really
I'm
good.
looking at this Birmingham major page on Liquipedia, how weird is it that the prize pool for first place is $102,000? Like, why is it 102?
102?
Like, isn't that just odd? Like, I know it does make it a more even split
it's
between
more.
3 people, but it is also very weird
just
just to not
so
have it as like a
random.
flat amount.
The total event is 351. Mate, like, what are we doing? Why? Why is it a random number like this? I feel like that could have been cleaner.
Yeah.
100 is enough.
And then for second place, they're just trying to piss me off. Second place, 51,000. Like, why not 50? Like,
Yeah,
come on.
so we've got 3K extra. Where do we allocate this? Let's go down the numbers.
Yeah.
36K for
36.
third,
You could save money here. Go 20,
That could be
35, 50, 102.
35. Okay,
100.
we've got 5K. Now we've got 5K spare. 2250 for fifth, sixth. Is
Somebody
good. I
said,
like that
somebody said,
number.
you don't want an extra 1K? What do you mean you? I'm not winning this. What do you mean I don't want it? No, it's just a weird amount. I understand it splits better. Like, I get that. But it's weird. It's weird to have your grand prize be $102,000. I'm complaining about nothing here. Let me just throwing that out there too. But like $102,000 compared to $100,000. Yeah.
Yeah, maybe they want it
weird.
divisible by 3 for epic payouts. They don't like having the
Yeah,
decimal
I'm
point.
sure that's the reason. I'm sure it is. But I'm just saying it
Well,
looks weird.
that doesn't matter at all because like if it's through epic competitive, do they pay the prize pool payouts through epic competitive?
Oh, they have
Like,
to pay
doesn't
somebody an
matter.
extra penny. They can't do that. It's
Yep. They
Like,
get
they have to
get
put-
stun
somebody has
locked
to
when it's
type
like
in the
100.
decimal point. They're like,
33.3.
oh, I don't want to type the decimal point. Like by the time it lands in their account, it'll have a like conversion fee or like I don't know, some fee from international transfer anyway.
It just looked weird when I looked at it.
All divisible by 3. There you go. That's what they've done.
But like,
Neat
yeah. Also,
and
then
tidy.
the NA opens and EU opens are like 15K flat. So like, that's a nice number. You know what I mean? Like that's also divisible by 3, but it's just a nice number too. You know?
Mhm.
It is a nice number. It's like what are we going to be talking about at the event? Like, and the winners will go home with $102,000. That's so random. $100,000 sounds so much cooler, even though it's a smaller number. It does sound like just I don't know, cleaner. So yeah, they should just give us what we can do here is we can call that our like advice. That's our free consultancy for their format and their prize pool distribution, and we can just accept the 5K as a donation.
As
yeah, there you go. Okay,
we will
can
gladly
do that.
accept that.
We can do that for them.
We will not say no. It's fine. Chalkcast account. Yeah. Details we can send it via email, Twitter, Discord, whatever. Yeah, they can reach out to us.
I guess to wrap up though, the off season last thing was our event. The Rebels has concluded. Thanks to Shopify Rebellion and
WSR.
I'd say W
8
event. I think I
weeks.
tweeted 8 weeks, 16 events, $24,000 in prize pool. We nearly had 3,000 people sign up, and which is kind of crazy considering it was a winner takes all every week. So what idiots were signing up, just to not win any money? Well, I guess people just want to play on stream. People just want to play against, Daniel round 1 and get clapped. But I thought it was pretty fun. Hopefully you guys enjoyed, and we'd like to perhaps do more in the future.
It was a good time.
Fantastic. WSR. Shopify Rebellion.
WSR
goats.
for
I mean,
allowing us to host.
Carrying the off-season SR there, Shopify Rebellion, because like really, what on earth would we have done? This off-season's flown by. There's been so much to do. We've been so busy. We had like FIFAe, we had like ATR. I've had Saltmine. We've had so many events. Riz has had club dubs. Like I feel like the off-season's flown by, and now we've just got RLCS again in 2 weeks. I don't know if that's just me. Maybe for other people it's been dragging on.
Yeah, it's flown by.
It's like disappeared in the blink of an eye with how quickly this is gone. WSR. Hopefully we could do more again. The crew battles was fantastic. 2v2. What a game mode.
War a game
oh my
mode.
Days.
Way better than when
2v2
Rizzo was
is
playing like
great.
Universal Open, because that was dog water watching Rizzo play twos. Nowadays, twos is great to watch. Like, you got mech, you got the combination of teamwork and ridiculous, mechanics.
More
It's good.
drama as well. You got all the kickoff strats, so you can get comebacks in the last second, like legit two goal comebacks in a few seconds as possible, which doesn't feel possible in threes. Like you see a 2-goal lead in threes, 10 seconds ago you're like, it's over. 2v2, I'm not sure. I need to see it to believe it. We had some crazy drama in the 0-second sequences in the last one.
Great tournament, great event. Let's do more. Let's do
Fantastic.
more twos.
Great offseason.
Let's do more ones. Salt Mine to wrap up as well, to really round out the off season. But by the time this is live on YouTube, Salt Mine will
that'll
probably
be done as well.
be on or concluded, and that will be the official end of the off season, which is crazy to say because I feel like we're going to go. We'll see you guys in a couple of months, but we're live in 2 weeks for RLCS, so it's not really like a massive.
What else? What else is there? There has to be something else. Oh yeah, actually no, it's not the end of the off season. There's the off season open. The 3v3 event.
Threes.
That's true.
There's the 3v3 event.
Make sure you sign up for that.
Shall we see who signed up? Maybe
From
there's a good
Epic
team signed
Games.
up. What do you
Epic
reckon?
Games hosting it, which is, I have to say that because I feel like a lot of people might not know it exists. The off-season open. Oh wait, that's the same. That's the same one. Hold on. $21,000
So
for
what-
Sam. 39,300 for NA and EU.
How do we find this? How do I sign? How do
I found it on
the sign up?
Wikipedia.
It's probably closed. I found it on StartGG. Are the signups closed? I guess it's probably closed.
It does
by
say
now.
number
I
of
mean,
teams, so probably at 289. 289 teams signed up for the 3v3 open.
let's see. EU. I found the EU 3v3 and I found the NA 3v3. Let's see who signed up for this. This is a lot of money. How much do you get for winning?
$4,500.
Woo!
Yeah, I think signups are
3K
closed.
for OCE.
Oh, you know what's actually weird about this tournament that I didn't even realize? I think I saw AJ tweet it. But there's 4 different placements. 49th through 64th, 33rd through 48th, 25th through 32nd, 17th through 24th. All different placements, all different tiers. Basically, you have to, progress further and all that stuff. But all those, 17th through 64, all get paid $300. Even though they're 4 different advancements. So they all get $300. So the minimum you'll make is $100 each as a player, which was.
So it's like a sign-up reward, don't you? Just sign up $300. Like it's like a.
It was like
but
$90 minimum before,
We failed.
and now they've made it even less top heavy than a lot of the other ones. Same thing for like RLCS. They made it even less top heavy, and now everybody gets a much more even distribution.
All right, I've searched Beast Mode. Beast Mode is not playing. I'm searching Daniel. Oh wait, I'm in the Europe one. Wrong one. Beast Mode.
That'll do it.
They're playing. Bad are playing. Guys,
Let's go.
Bad are playing in the NA off-season open. That's exciting. I feel like this never happens. I feel like all the teams never play these things. So this is exciting to see them play.
Hey, the team's playing
Magor
ATR.
playing. That's Chronic, First Killer, LJ. They're playing. Good on them. Who else is playing? Our Complexity playing? Raise Bull. No, they're not playing. Diaz. Wait. Is that the other Diaz playing with Nightya and
Probably.
next?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a North American Diaz as well as a South American. Okay, I don't think Complexity are playing. Who else do we want to know about? Reveal. Yep, SSG are playing. That's pretty cool.
Okay.
Hopefully
Stack.
one of them streams that because there's no stream for it, so the players
please.
should be streaming that.
Please.
The players
Please.
could absolutely
Players
farm
stream
content
it.
here if
Play
they just
22
stream it.
minutes of ads. I'll watch it. I got Twitch
is
Turbo.
Zen
I'll watch
playing?
it.
Oh, bad news, guys. Zen didn't sign up. I don't believe this. My year is ruined.
No.
Did Vatira sign up? No, Vatira didn't sign up. Listen, NA's really shown up this offseason with the signups a lot more than EU has. I do have to mention. No Oski. Who else? Who else do we want to know about?
It's
for
1v1
EU?
hoops and 3v3.
You don't
Ones and
care.
hoops are already done. 3v3 is the only one left.
Yeah. Sorry, who else do you want to know about? Joyo.
Appjack, Jorius, that team?
Joyo's not playing. Jory is. Jack, Jory, Stizzy are playing. Okay, there
Let's
you go. Just a little
That's
bit of
content for
content there.
Jack. Smart.
Content. There's 415 teams. There has to be some good ones in there. Hopefully that's content for you guys. It's the 21st, 2nd, and 3rd. The grand final's on a Monday. It's a bit weird, but that's when it is.
That is a little bit weird. Love that.
Hey, if they did that to avoid Saltman and Friday, I appreciate it.
Honestly, there's a
Smart.
chance. That's not bad. There's a
It's
chance.
not weird. I take it back. It's really smart. Really good job. Grand final
Really good
Monday.
job.
Great decision.
Nice. Well-
but that is going to wrap up
But-
our episode, fellas. That is going to be
Last
it.
one of the year, huh?
Last
one of the year.
one of the year. We're gonna get some
2024, what a
bonus
ride.
episodes recorded, but for the live eps, we'll be back probably after the first qualifier, actually.
Yeah, I'm away for Christmas, New Year. I'm back on like the 2nd, I think. So we're gone for a couple of weeks, but we're gonna record some bonus episodes, not just for the ones we missed for the Patreon, but also preemptively for the ones we're away for. So we're gonna get a bunch out for you guys. Hopefully you enjoy on the Patreon.
Yeah, we appreciate you guys. If you missed any part of the episode, be sure to listen on YouTube, Apple Podcast, or Spotify. If you missed any piece of it, thank you so much for a fantastic year of Chalkcast, a fantastic year of RLCS, and we will see you all in the next one.
See you in 2025.
Bye.